here's the belief flip that changes everything. The traders with the best technical analysis often have the worst results. You've been lied to. Consistency isn't about finding the perfect strategy. It's about killing the silent assassins that sabotage even winning systems. Meet Sarah. She studies charts for 6 hours daily, memorized every candlestick pattern, and subscribes to 3 premium services. Her desk looks like NASA mission control: multiple monitors, economic calendars, sentiment indicators, volume profiles. She speaks fluent trader, RSI oversold, MACD bullish crossover, Fibonacci retracement. Yet Sarah has blown through 4 accounts in 18 months. Every morning she promises discipline. Every evening she stares at red numbers, wondering how her perfect analysis led to imperfect results. Now meet Mike. He trades simple support and resistance on a single laptop screen. He barely understands what MACD stands for, couldn't draw a Fibonacci line if his life depended on it, and thinks fundamental analysis means checking if the market is open. His setup is embarrassingly basic: 1 chart, 2 moving averages, price action. Yet Mike has compounded his account 47% over the same 18 months, withdrawing profits monthly to pay his mortgage. What's the difference? Sarah is a gambler disguised as an analyst. Mike is an operator disguised as a simpleton. Sarah's knowledge became her prison. Every indicator gave her a reason to trade. Every pattern looked like opportunity. Her expertise created infinite justifications for action, and action became addiction. She confused analysis with edge, complexity with competence. Mike stumbled onto something profound. His simplicity forced discipline. Limited knowledge meant limited excuses. He couldn't rationalize bad trades because he didn't know enough theory to build compelling arguments. His ignorance became his edge, not because ignorance is bliss, but because it prevented sophisticated self-deception. Here's what nobody tells you. There are 3 silent killers stalking every trader. They don't care how smart you are. They prefer intelligent victims because intelligence provides better camouflage for destruction. The first killer hijacks your brain's reward system, turning your trading platform into a neurochemical slot machine. You think you're making rational decisions, but you're chasing dopamine hits disguised as market analysis. The second killer emerges from success itself. Your best winning streaks become setups for your worst disasters, as overconfidence transforms conservative risk managers into reckless gamblers. The third killer feels like logic. Your analytical mind becomes a rationalization engine, building compelling cases for every destructive impulse while maintaining the illusion of discipline. By the end of this video, you'll identify all 3 silent killers destroying your consistency and install the operator's protocol that transforms gambling addicts into professional risk managers. This isn't about learning new indicators. It's about systematic protection of your expectancy from psychological interference. The stakes aren't just financial, they're identity level. Every day you delay this transformation, these killers strengthen their grip. Join the 90% who blow accounts despite knowing how to trade, or embrace the mindset shift that places you in the 10% who extract consistent profits from chaos. Your biggest enemy isn't the market. It's the voice in your head whispering, "Just this once," when your rules say, "Wait." It's the rationalization that sounds logical until your stop gets hit. It's the confidence that feels like skill until variance teaches you otherwise. Picture this. You're up 3 days straight, feeling invincible when that perfect setup appears. Your finger hovers over the buy button. Your heart rate spikes. Your pupils dilate. In this moment, are you reaching for the lever or reaching for your checklist? That physiological response isn't excitement, it's addiction. Your trading platform has become a casino, and you don't even know it. In 60 seconds, you'll see exactly how your brain got hijacked and why the market rewards boredom, not excitement. Ready to discover why doing nothing might be your most profitable trade? Your trading platform has become a slot machine, and you don't even know it. This is the first silent killer, neurochemical hijacking that turns disciplined professionals into dopamine junkies chasing their next fix instead of their next profit. The science is brutal and unforgiving. Dr. Anna Lemke's research at Stanford reveals that intermittent reinforcement schedules, the same mechanism casinos use, create dopamine spikes 400% higher than predictable rewards. Your brain doesn't distinguish between a winning trade and pulling a slot machine lever. Both trigger identical neurochemical cascades that cocaine users chase. Every winning trade floods your brain with dopamine, creating an unconscious craving for the next hit. But here's the twisted part that keeps you hooked. Losing trades trigger the same reward pathways. Your brain interprets losses as almost winning, keeping you addicted to the action itself, not just the outcomes. You're not trading for profit anymore. You're trading for the feeling. Watch yourself tomorrow morning. You open your platform. Heart rate increases. Pupils dilate slightly. You check overnight moves, scan for setups, feel that familiar buzz of possibility. That physiological response isn't excitement about opportunity. It's withdrawal symptoms demanding their neurochemical fix. Your smartphone notifications become drug dealers. Every ping promises potential profit. Market alerts interrupt conversations, family dinners, sleep cycles. The flashing P&L becomes your personal slot machine display. Green numbers trigger celebration. Red numbers trigger the chase. Both responses bypass your prefrontal cortex and activate your limbic system, the emotional brain that prioritizes immediate gratification over long-term survival. The constant connectivity creates perpetual arousal that makes calm, rational decision-making neurologically impossible. Your broker's platform isn't just a tool. It's a meticulously crafted digital casino engineered to maximize your engagement, not your equity. Here's your casino mirror test. Count how many times you check positions during a single trade. Professional operators check once at entry, once at predetermined levels, once at exit. Gambling addicts check constantly, seeking dopamine micro-hits from meaningless price fluctuations. Most traders aren't making rational decisions. They're chasing their next neurochemical fix. Every quick check becomes a potential trigger for impulsive action. Every notification creates urgency where patience should exist. You start preferring chaos over consistency, not because chaos is more profitable, but because chaos feeds your addiction. Here's the twist that breaks gamblers and builds operators. The market rewards boredom, not excitement. Professional operators deliberately design boring, predictable routines that bypass the dopamine trap entirely. They trade the same setups at the same times with the same risk parameters day after day. Their success comes from systematic repetition, not emotional stimulation. While you're getting high from market volatility, they're getting rich from mechanical execution. While you're chasing dopamine hits, they're following predetermined protocols. They understand that peak performance isn't about peak emotional states. It's about peak consistency. The solution isn't willpower, it's environmental design. Install a wait filter. No action until 3 objective signals align across timeframes. Turn off notifications. Use single-screen setups. Check positions on predetermined schedules only. Create friction between impulse and execution with simple barriers like phone in drawer rules and 120-second decision buffers. Replace variable ratio reinforcement with fixed routine rewards. Make boring decisions automatically, so exciting decisions become impossible. Your goal isn't to feel good while trading. Your goal is to execute good trading. Stop chasing the rush. Start embracing the mundane. Trade with the emotional detachment of a surgeon, not the frenetic energy of a gambler at the roulette wheel. But here's what's coming that will shock you even more. The dopamine trap is actually the easiest killer to identify and neutralize. There's a second assassin, far more dangerous, because it emerges from success itself, disguised as skill and confidence. What happens when your best winning streaks become the very setup for your worst disasters? When feeling invincible makes you most vulnerable to destruction. The most dangerous time in your trading career isn't during losing streaks. It's immediately after your best winning runs. This is the second silent killer, the success sabotage cycle that destroys more accounts than fear ever will. Here's the counterintuitive truth that separates professionals from pretenders. Overconfidence bias kills more traders than panic selling. You've been conditioned to fear red days, but your biggest losses come disguised as victory laps after green streaks. Meet the success sabotage cycle. Step 1. 3 consecutive wins trigger neurochemical changes that hijack your risk assessment. Step 2. Inflated confidence leads to increased position sizes and rule abandonment. Step 3. One oversized trade erases months of consistent profits plus principal. The mathematics are brutal and unforgiving. Watch this progression. Day 1, you risk 1% on standard setup, win 1.5%. Day 2, feeling confident, you risk 1.2% on a higher probability setup, win 1.8%. Day 3, convinced you're hot, you risk 2% because this setup is perfect, win 3%. Day 4, feeling invincible, you risk 4% because I can't lose right now. You lose 4%, erasing all gains plus principal. A trader with 65% win rate and 1.5R average winner can destroy their entire account in a single 20R loss. The success sabotage cycle turns that statistical impossibility into statistical inevitability. The neuroscience reveals why this feels logical while destroying accounts. Winning trades release dopamine in your reward center and testosterone in your endocrine system. Dopamine creates euphoria and reinforces risk-taking behavior. Testosterone reduces cortisol sensitivity, making you literally incapable of feeling appropriate fear. This biochemical cocktail makes dangerous decisions feel conservative and conservative decisions feel cowardly. Your brain interprets winning streaks as skill confirmation rather than statistical variance. The gambler thinks, I'm hot right now, time to press my advantage. The operator thinks, variance is clustering positively. Time to maintain standard risk parameters. Here's your diagnostic test. What do you do after 3 consecutive winners? The gambler increases position size to maximize the hot streak. The operator maintains identical risk parameters because streaks don't predict future outcomes. Professional traders often reduce position size after big wins, not increase it. They understand that winning streaks create overconfidence bias that impairs judgment. They install success circuit breakers. After 3 consecutive winners, reduce next position size by 25%. After 5 consecutive winners, take mandatory 24-hour break. They implement redline protocols where risk per trade never exceeds 1% regardless of confidence or recent performance. Replace hot streak language with variance clustering language. Replace I'm on fire thinking with regression to the mean is coming thinking. Your job isn't to maximize hot streaks. Your job is to survive them without self-destruction. The success sabotage cycle whispers, you're different, when you need to remember, you're human. It promises, this time is different, when you need to trust, the math never changes. Treat winning streaks like warning signals, not green lights. But here's what's truly terrifying about consistency killers. Both dopamine addiction and overconfidence bias still feel like emotion overriding logic. There's a third assassin more insidious than neurochemical hijacking or testosterone poisoning, one that uses your intelligence against you. How does your rational mind become the very weapon that destroys your consistency? How do calm, reasoned decisions lead to account destruction? The most dangerous trades don't feel dangerous at all. They feel perfectly logical. The deadliest consistency killer doesn't feel like emotion. It feels like logic. Your analytical mind, the same tool that makes you good at market analysis, becomes a sophisticated rationalization engine that justifies every destructive impulse while maintaining the perfect illusion of discipline. This isn't about emotional trading. There's no fear, greed, or panic involved. This is calm, reasoned self-destruction, delivered with the confidence of a PhD thesis and the precision of a legal brief. You break rules politely. You violate stops with persuasive memos. You oversize positions because you've built a compelling case proving this setup is exceptional. Meet your internal lawyer. Always on retainer, brilliant, articulate, and utterly convincing, especially when you're both judge and jury. This lawyer specializes in 3 types of cases that destroy accounts while feeling perfectly rational. Case type 1. Position sizing violations. This setup has higher probability than usual. The confluence of signals is undeniable. You can easily risk 2% instead of 1% and accelerate your gains. It's efficient capital allocation, not greed. Case type 2. Stop loss adjustments. Price just touched your level and bounced. Clearly false breakdown designed to shake out weak hands. Moving your stop 5 more pips isn't breaking discipline. It's giving the trade room to breathe. It's strategic patience, not fear of being wrong. Case type 3. Revenge trading justification. You know exactly what the market is doing now. You need to recover today's drawdown to maintain your monthly target. This isn't emotional. This is calculated portfolio management. Watch the rationalization engine destroy an account in real time. Meet David, who swore he'd never move a stop. Price ticked within 3 pips of his level. His internal lawyer argued, "The higher time frame structure still holds? This is just noise." He moved his stop 5 pips lower. 10 minutes later, another adjustment. Institutional liquidity sweep, exactly as expected. By afternoon, he'd turned a planned 1R loss into a 5R crater, then doubled position size because mean reversion is inevitable now. None of this felt emotional. Every decision was supported by market structure analysis, volume profiles, and institutional footprints. His intelligence became the weapon that destroyed his account. Here's your diagnostic test. If you find yourself explaining why this time is different, the rationalization engine has already won. That phrase is its most powerful weapon, convincing you that your unique circumstances override universal principles of risk management. Professional operators never explain rule violations because they never make them. Gamblers always have reasons because reasons are the engine's primary output. Listen for the language patterns that reveal engine activation. Based on my analysis. Given the current market structure, considering the technical confluence, every phrase sounds professional while describing unprofessional behavior. The engine exploits your intelligence against your consistency, preferring smart victims because intelligence provides better camouflage for self-sabotage. The solution isn't more willpower. Willpower battles intelligence and loses every time. The solution is system architecture that makes rationalization impossible. Remove discretion from decisions that require discipline. Create binary rules that don't accept explanations. Stop hit equals exit, period. Risk parameter equals 1%, period. Setup criteria not met equals no trade, period. Install rationalization. Circuit breakers. Anytime you catch yourself building a case for rule modification, step away for 120 seconds. The urgency to act right now is always the engine talking. Good opportunities don't require immediate justification. They meet your criteria or they don't. Replace "it depends" with "it doesn't matter." Replace case-by-case analysis with systematic execution. Professional operators understand that consistency comes from intelligent rules followed mechanically, not intelligent modifications made discretionally. But here's what you need before we build the system that neutralizes all three killers. There's mathematical proof hiding in every trading journal that exposes exactly when and how consistency breaks down. One number reveals whether you're operating or gambling, regardless of what you tell yourself. What's the single metric that shows, with brutal mathematical clarity, when your execution has drifted from professional operator to sophisticated gambler? This single number exposes all three silent killers in real time: expectancy. The formula appears deceptively simple. Win rate x average win, loss rate x average loss, win rate x average win, loss rate x average loss. But the implications are profound and brutal for traders who ignore psychological interference. Meet the expectancy mirror, your diagnostic tool that shows exactly when and how consistency breaks down. This isn't just mathematics, it's a psychological X-ray that reveals which silent killer is destroying your account and precisely when the destruction accelerates beyond recovery. Here's the shocking baseline mathematics that most traders never calculate. A strategy with 45% win rate and 1.8R average winner should generate consistent profits through mechanical execution. The math is unforgiving. 45% win rate means 55% loss rate with standard 1R losses. The expectancy calculation becomes 0.4551.8R, 0.551R, 0.81R, 0.5R, 0. 26R, my 4518R, number 99R, memba, 0. 26R. This means every trade you take should generate 26 cents profit for every dollar risked. Over 100 trades, this system should produce 26R profit with mathematical certainty, assuming perfect execution. But perfect execution doesn't exist when silent killers infiltrate your process. Watch expectancy destruction in real time as each killer corrupts different variables with surgical precision. The dopamine trap attacks first, causing overtrading that destroys win rate through setup degradation. Your brain craves action more than profit, forcing trades that barely meet criteria. Instead of waiting for A-grade setups, you take B-grade and C-grade trades to feed neurochemical addiction, and win rate drops from 45% to 40%. Your expectancy recalculates 0.40 a 1.8R, 0.60x1R, 0.72R, 0.60RR plus 0, 12R, 0.240 1.8R, 0.60x1R, 0.72R, 0.60R char, put 0. 12R dopamine addiction just cut your edge in half. The success sabotage cycle strikes next, increasing average loss through position sizing errors and stop violations. After 3 consecutive wins, overconfidence triggers larger position sizes and looser stops. That disciplined 1R maximum loss becomes 1.2R average loss as you give trades more room and maximize hot streaks. Expectancy recalculates 0.40x1.8R, 0.60 E1.2R, 0.72R, 0.72R, you're 0. 0R, 0.40x1.8R, 0.61.2R, 0.72R, 0.72R, 0. 0R, your winning system now breaks even. The rationalization engine delivers the killing blow, reducing average winners through early exits and profit-taking fear. Your internal lawyer argues for securing profits and taking what the market gives, cutting winners short at 1.5R instead of letting them run to targets. Final expectancy, 0041.5R, 0.1x D1.2R, 0.60R, 0.92R, 0, 12R, 0.41.5R, 61.2R, 260R, 0.72R, 0. 12R, congratulations. Your positive expectancy system is now a wealth destruction machine. 3 traders, identical strategies, different psychological consistency. Alex executes mechanically and maintains plus 0.26R expectancy, compounding steadily month after month. Blake allows minor psychological interference, achieving 0.00R expectancy and spinning wheels for years. Casey succumbs to all 3 killers, suffering 0.2R expectancy and flaming out within months. The difference isn't their market analysis, technical knowledge, or trading capital. The difference is execution variance, how much their actual performance deviates from their system's theoretical performance. Alex has minimal execution variance. Blake has moderate execution variance. Casey has maximum execution variance. Your expectancy mirror reveals brutal truth. Most traders don't have strategy problems. They have psychology problems. You can spend years perfecting entries, optimizing indicators, and backtesting systems while ignoring silent killers that make profitable strategies unprofitable through execution corruption. Track your rolling 20 trade expectancy weekly. When it drops below your system's theoretical expectancy, identify which killer is active. Declining win rate signals, dopamine trap activation, increasing average loss signals, success sabotage engagement, decreasing average winner signals, rationalization engine operation. The mathematics don't lie, but your mind will rationalize every deviation as market conditions rather than psychological interference. Your expectancy mirror cuts through self-deception with mathematical precision. Ready to build the system that protects your expectancy from psychological interference? Ready to install the operator's protocol that makes good decisions automatic and bad decisions structurally impossible? Diagnosis complete. Now we build the cure, the operator's protocol, a comprehensive immune system against the 3 silent killers. This isn't about willpower. Willpower fails when you need it most. This is about system architecture that makes good decisions automatic and bad decisions structurally impossible. Think of this protocol as concentric circles of protection around your expectancy. 4 defensive layers, each designed to intercept the killers before they reach your decision-making process. Your trading space becomes a surgical operating room, not a neurochemical casino. Environmental design. Maximum 2 screens. Complexity breeds justification for impulsive action. Phone in drawer during market hours. Notifications completely disabled. The constant pings trigger dopamine cascades that hijack rational thought. Place a sticky note on your hotkeys, reading "Wait for A+" as a friction mechanism. Keep an analog notepad within reach. Writing slows impulses and forces deliberate thought. Your physical environment shapes your psychological state. Casino environments produce gambling behavior. Surgical environments produce precise execution. Pre-market preparation. Begin with a 30-second mirror check. Look yourself in the eye and ask 3 questions aloud. Am I operating my protocol today? Do I accept variance without revenge? Will I honor my stops completely? Then sign your 1-page playbook. Review your top 2 setups and their failure signals. Pull variance context by checking your rolling 20 trade expectancy and maximum drawdown to date. Write today's maximum risk on a sticky note. Visual reminder that prevents position sizing creep. This layer activates your rational mind before emotions can interfere. Execution rules. Install 3 non-negotiable filters. The wait filter prevents dopamine-driven overtrading. Only trade when 3 objective conditions align across timeframes: structure, context, and trigger. No exceptions. No close enough interpretations. The size cap prevents success sabotage. Never risk more than 1% regardless of confidence level, recent performance, or setup quality. Confidence is not an edge. It's often a warning signal. The stop discipline prevents rationalization. Stops are sacred, non-negotiable, final. When price hits your predetermined level, you exit automatically. No analysis, no consideration, no internal lawyer arguments. Post-trade trade analysis. 60-second debrief immediately after exit. Score 3 metrics. Setup quality, AAF. Execution quality, AAF. Emotional state, calm to neutral, agitated. This creates feedback loops that reinforce good behavior and expose psychological drift before it becomes account destruction. Focus on process adherence, not profit and loss. Now install the 3-beat rhythm that replaces chaotic reaction with systematic response. Beat 1. Observe, scan for setups meeting your criteria without forcing action. Beat 2. Aim, plan the complete trade including entry, stop, target, and position size before touching any buttons. Beat 3. Execute. Commit fully to your plan without modification or second guessing. Each layer intercepts the silent killers at different stages. Environmental design prevents triggers from reaching awareness. Pre-market preparation activates rational decision-making systems. Execution rules create binary choices that bypass emotional interference. Post-trade analysis builds systematic improvement without perfectionism pressure. But protocols are only as strong as the identity behind them. Rules without identity become suggestions under pressure. Change your language to, "I manage risk for a living." Reward protocol adherence with small rituals. Your creed becomes, "Risk first." Wait for A-grade setups. Execute once. Review always. What happens when you test this system against the market's toughest psychological challenges? When headlines explode, trends extend beyond reason, or losses cluster together. How do operators handle scenarios that destroy even disciplined gamblers? Theory meets reality. This is where your operator's protocol either holds under fire or cracks under pressure. We'll stress test it against 4 scenarios that separate professionals from pretenders, revealing how systematic responses neutralize the silent killers, while emotional reactions feed them. News whipsaw strikes first. Federal Reserve announces unexpected rate decision. Price explodes 200 pips in 90 seconds, then reverses violently back through the starting point. The gambler sees chaos as opportunity, chases the initial breakout at the peak, gets stopped as price reverses, then immediately enters short at the bottom, getting whipsawed again. 2 trades, 2 losses. Maximum emotional damage from the dopamine trap demanding action. The operator sees chaos and applies the weight filter. News events create volatility, not necessarily tradable structure. 3 conditions required: stable base, clear context, clean trigger. Whipsaw action provides none. The operator waits 30 minutes for price to settle and structure to reestablish, then takes 1 high-probability trade based on new range boundaries, or takes no trade at all. Boredom becomes a weapon against the first silent killer. Grinding chop attacks next. Market enters tight ranges with fake breakouts every hour. Small moves up get rejected. Small moves down get bought. Death by 1,000 paper cuts as stops hit repeatedly on marginal setups. The gambler forces action to earn the day, rationalizing progressively lower quality setups. The rationalization engine whispers, "These small ranges still offer scalping opportunities." The operator recognizes chop patterns within 2 false signals and activates the chop filter. Widens entry criteria to require larger structure breaks, or declares a no-trade day entirely. Understands that not losing money is profitable when markets offer no edge. The protocol transforms doing nothing from failure into strategic action, protecting expectancy through patience. Momentum day tests discipline differently. Strong trend develops and extends beyond all reasonable expectations. The gambler enters early, then exits from fear as unrealized profits accumulate. Watches price continue trending, experiences FOMO, revenge, enters near exhaustion with oversized position to catch up. Gets the reversal exactly when maximum greed meets maximum risk, the success sabotage cycle completing its destruction. The operator uses predetermined add-on rules only if initial position shows profit and trend structure remains intact. Maintains original stop discipline regardless of unrealized gains. Never increases size based on missed opportunity or emotional urgency. If stopped out early, accepts the loss and waits for the next A-grade setup. System beats emotion every time. Loss clusters deliver the final test. 3 consecutive losses trigger psychological tilt. The internal lawyer builds compelling cases for position size increases. I know what this market is doing now. Efficient capital recovery requires calculated risk escalation. The gambler doubles risk per trade. turning manageable statistical variance into account-threatening disasters. The operator implements red light protocol immediately after 3 losses, reduces position size by 50% for the next 5 trades regardless of setup quality, reviews journal for execution errors versus random variance, accepts that loss clusters are statistical reality, not personal failure, focuses on process improvement, not profit recovery. Each scenario reveals the same pattern. The protocol removes urgency, forces binary choices, and creates systematic responses. It quiets the dopamine trap by limiting triggers, disarms success sabotage by capping size, and handcuffs the rationalization engine with pre-written rules. Chaos becomes choreography when your responses become systematic. But notice the deeper layer most traders miss. Your results mirror the person you are under pressure. Same market, conditions, same rules, different identity, different outcomes. When headlines flash, when equity wobbles, when the room goes quiet and your pulse gets loud, the next decision reveals your true identity. Are you the casino tourist seeking thrills, or the risk manager executing a playbook? Who are you when money is on the line? This isn't just about following rules. It's about becoming the type of person who wouldn't break them. Tomorrow we discover how this identity transformation becomes permanent, unshakable, and automatic under any market condition. Consistency is identity enacted. You don't follow rules when it's convenient. You become the type of person who wouldn't break them under any circumstances. This shift from temporary behavior modification to permanent character transformation separates casino tourists from professional operators. Enter the mirror moment, the 30-second ritual that locks your identity before market pressure can corrupt it. Stand before a mirror, look yourself directly in the eye, and ask 3 questions aloud, not silently, aloud. Am I operating my protocol today? Do I accept variance without revenge? Will I honor my stops completely? Then sign your name on your 1-page playbook like a pilot signing a pre-flight checklist. Signatures create accountability. Verbal declarations activate commitment. Eye contact forces honesty. Tiny ritual, massive psychological shift. You're not just deciding to trade, you're choosing which version of yourself sits at the desk when money moves and emotions spike. The gambler seeks excitement and validation from market action. Every tick becomes a referendum on their intelligence. They measure success by daily profit and loss, making their self-worth hostage to statistical variance. Red numbers mean they're stupid. Green numbers mean they're geniuses. Their identity swings with their equity curve. The operator seeks execution and expectancy from systematic processes. Price movements become data points in a probability framework. They measure success by protocol adherence. Did they wait for A-grade setups, maintain proper sizing, honor stops without negotiation? Their identity anchors to controllable actions, not uncontrollable outcomes. Install identity triggers that reinforce this transformation automatically. First, change your language. Replace "I'm a trader" with "I manage risk for a living." Replace "I made money today" with "I executed my protocol today." Language shapes identity, and identity drives behavior under pressure. Second, transform your environment from gaming setup to operator workstation. Remove multiple monitors that encourage overanalysis and create action addiction. Post your risk management rules at eye level. Keep a small notepad beside your mouse. Writing slows impulses and forces deliberate thought. Your physical space should whisper precision, not scream excitement. Third, revolutionize your reward system. Stop celebrating daily profits. Celebrate process wins. Did you pass on marginal setups? Mark the victory. Did you honor your stop without hesitation? Acknowledge the discipline. Did you maintain standard position sizing despite overconfidence? Record the success. Train your brain to find satisfaction in systematic execution, not just financial outcomes. Create a protocol adherence score. Grade every session on setup quality, execution discipline, and emotional state. Celebrate scoring above 90 regardless of profit or loss. If you hit your process target with 0 trades, reward yourself anyway. Doing nothing was strategic, not avoidance. The casino tourist chases thrills, seeking entertainment disguised as investment. Every session promises excitement, validation, the rush of being right about market direction. The sniper waits for targets, seeking efficiency, disguised as patience. They understand that the best opportunities require the longest waits, that boredom often precedes the biggest scores. The teacher market rewards students who show their work, not those who guess correctly. Submit your homework, proper setup identification, risk calculation, exit planning. The market grades your process, not your predictions. Here's the final twist that completes your transformation. Doing nothing on purpose is often your most profitable trade. The gambler sees empty screens as wasted opportunity. The operator sees empty screens as preserved capital, waiting for genuine edge to appear. Your identity becomes your edge when you realize that not losing money is profitable. That systematic execution trumps brilliant analysis. That discipline compounds faster than intelligence. Tomorrow, we cement this transformation with your operator's creed: 4 rules that matter when pressure mounts, the commitment that makes retreat impossible, and the choice that defines your trading future forever. Ready to sign the contract that changes everything? Every promise delivered. Every loop closed. The belief flip confirmed. Less action, better results, when that action is systematic rather than impulsive. The binary contrast crystallized. Gambler versus operator. Chaos versus consistency. Entertainment versus execution. The payoff realized: a systematic approach that protects expectancy through consistent execution, not perfect prediction. The 3 silent killers identified and neutralized. The dopamine trap dies through environmental design: 2-screen maximum, phone in drawer, notifications disabled. Success sabotage suffocates under size discipline, never more than 1% risk, regardless of confidence or recent performance. The rationalization engine starves from weight filters. Only A-grade setups meeting 3 objective criteria earn consideration. Your trading platform transforms from neurochemical casino to surgical operating room. Your identity locks with the operator's creed: risk first. Wait for A-grade setups. Execute once. Review always. Risk first means position. Sizing precedes profit potential in every decision. Wait for A-grade setups means patience trumps action when edge is absent. Execute once means no modifications, no second guessing, no internal lawyer negotiations. Review always means continuous improvement through process focus, not outcome obsession. 4 rules matter when pressure mounts and emotions spike. If emotions exceed rules, step away immediately. Take 120 seconds minimum before any market action. If setup quality drops below A grade, pass without hesitation. Marginal setups produce marginal results and maximum psychological damage. If on any streak, winning or losing, maintain standard position sizing, variance clusters both ways, but risk parameters never change. If your stop is hit, exit immediately with zero analysis. Stops are sacred, non-negotiable, final. Your 7-day operator challenge begins tomorrow. Implement the complete protocol without exception. Score your discipline daily using the process score. 40 points for setup quality, 40 for execution adherence, 20 for emotional control. Days 1 through 3 will feel mechanical as your gambler identity resists structure. Days 4 through 6, the protocol becomes natural as new neural pathways strengthen. Day 7 and beyond, systematic execution becomes automatic. The market will test you with news whipsaws, grinding chop, momentum extensions, and loss clusters. But you possess the answer key. Environmental design neutralizes dopamine addiction. Size discipline prevents success sabotage. Weight filters silence rationalization engines. Every scenario has a predetermined response, protecting your expectancy from psychological interference. Remember the mathematics that started this journey. A strategy with 45% win rate and 1.8R average winner generates consistent profits only through mechanical precision. One undisciplined oversize, one stubborn stop move, one revenge click flips positive expectancy, negative for entire months. Your edge isn't the entry, it's process integrity under pressure. Decision time arrives with tomorrow's opening bell. Who sits at your desk when money moves and emotions spike? The gambler chasing the next dopamine hit, seeking validation through market action, measuring success by daily profit fluctuations. Or the operator executing a proven system, finding satisfaction in process adherence, building wealth through systematic consistency. The teacher market waits to reward your new identity. Your future wealth doesn't depend on market direction, economic headlines, or perfect timing. It depends on the choice you make right now. Gambler or operator, chaos or consistency, entertainment or execution. Subscribe if you choose operator. Join thousands transforming from entertainment seekers to expectancy protectors. Comment your start date for the 7-day challenge, making public commitment to your transformation. Share which silent killer has been your biggest enemy. Accountability accelerates change. Print your operator's creed, tape it to your screen, sign it tomorrow morning. Report your process score nightly for 7 days. Most will watch and wander back to the casino. Operators commit. Your protocol is complete. Your transformation begins now. Choose wisely. Your account balance will reflect your decision within 7 days. The market rewards students who show their work. Risk first. Wait patiently. Execute cleanly. Review relentlessly. Be the operator.